Hello, boys and girls. We're going to begin with the calendar. Today is the 12th, May 12th. So we're going to go ahead and find May, January, February, March, April, May. We're going to drag it here. Our year is 2020. We're going to go ahead and put that here. We're going to cross out the days that have already passed, and we're going to stop at today's date, which is the 12th. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Today is Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. If today is Tuesday, yesterday was Monday. Great job. Okay, we're going to move on to fluency. Are you ready? Okay. Number, know, way, could, people, my, than, first, water, been, called, who, am, it's, now. Find, long, down, day, did, get, come, made, may, part. Great job. We're going to move on to our reading assignment. We're going to read a story, Morning Daisies. I love a field of daisies, bobbing in the sun, gently tucking in their heads when the day is done. I say, good morning, daisies, and good morning, sun. Then bob with daisies in my dreams when the day is done. This is a poem. Here the word sun rhymes with the word done. And we have it here again, sun done. There's 2 stanzas. Here's a first stanza. Another word for stanza would be paragraph. In poems, we call a paragraph a stanza. So this is the first stanza, and this is stanza 2. And it was about the morning daisies. Word work. Part 1, letter M. Write an X on each picture that begins with the sound. So we're going to draw an X. Here we have a picture of a man. Does it begin with the sound? Yes, so we're going to draw an X on it. Here we have a chair. Does it begin with the sound? No. What do we have here? A mouse. Mouse. Does it begin with the sound? Yes, so we're going to go ahead and draw an X on it. Here we have glasses. Does glasses begin with the sound? No, so we're going to leave it like that. Part 2, vocabulary. Draw a picture below showing how the ending changes the word. So here for number 1, we have daisy, and it shows us a picture of one flower. Over here it says daisies. So how does the ending, IES, how does that change the word? We took off the Y and we put IES. What does that do? That tells us it's more than one. So here we have one daisy, and when we have more than one, we say daisies. Great job. So number 2, we have a frog. If we draw one more, I'm going to go ahead and draw a happy face for a frog. I don't know how to draw frogs, but that's okay. So 1, 2. So if I have 2, we say frogs. You add an S at the end. The S tells us more than one. Great job. Okay, we're going to move on. Last page for reading. Words that rhyme. Directions. Circle the words that rhyme in each row. So number 1, we have sun, baby, fun. Which of those rhyme? Sun, fun. Sun, fun, and we know they rhyme because they have the same ending sound. Let's try number 2. Sob, bob, lips. Which of those two rhyme? Sob, bob. They both have the same ending sound. Ob. Number 3. Boy, sun, toy. Boy, toy. Great job. Okay, we're going to move on to math. For math, we are still joining. Okay, let's look at number 1. Which number sentence shows joining the two groups? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2, 3. If I'm joining, that means I'm going to put a plus sign, 3 more. What is 4 plus 3? 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see which of our answers matches our equation. A, 3 and 3 is 6. No. 4 and 4 is 8. No. 4 and 3 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. Yes, we found our answer. It's letter C. Number 2. Which number sentence shows joining the two groups? So we're going to do the same thing. In our first group, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In our second group, we have 1, 2. What is 6 plus 2? 6, 7, 8. So let's see our answers to see which one matches our equation. A, 5 and 3 is 8. No. 4. 4 and 2 is 6. No. C, 2 and 5 is 7. The numbers are different. Let's see letter D. 6 and 2 is 8. 6 and 2 is 8. Yes, we found our answer. Our answer is letter D. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Number 3, which number sentence shows joining the two groups? So here we have, in our first group, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second group, we also have 4. So 4 plus 4 equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 bugs on the leaves. So let's see which of our answers matches our equation. 4 and 2 is 6. These two numbers are different. 4 and 4 is 8. Yes, it matches. So our answer is letter B. Okay, number 4. Which number sentence shows joining the two groups? So our first group, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Our second group, we have 1, 2. What is 4 plus 2? 4, 5, 6. So let's see which of our answers matches our equation. A, 4 and 1 is 5. No. 2 and 2 is 4. No. 4 and 2 is 6. Yes, we found our answer. Our answer is C. Okay, the last page for math. We have one more. Which number sentence shows joining the two groups? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teddy bears in our first group. And then we have 1, 2. 5 plus 2 equals 5, 6, 7. So let's see which of these matches our number sentence. A, 5 and 2 is 7. Yes, we found our answer. Our answer is letter A. Great job. Okay, we're going to move on to science and social studies. For science, we're just going to read the story again. And then for social studies, we have one worksheet to do. What do you want to know? You can ask questions. You can use science to find answers. You can use your senses to learn about the world. You can look and hear. You smell, touch, and taste. So the first sense they talk about is looking. So we can look at things. We can look at the flower, we can look at the shell, at the apple, and the animal. Hear, what can we hear? Here it shows a picture of the boy putting a big shell next to his ear. So he's listening to see what he hears. You can smell. The girl is using her nose to smell the yellow flowers. Touch. The child here is using their finger to touch the porcupine. Next we have taste, and we use our mouth and tongue to taste food. Use tools to observe. You can use a hand lens to see small things. Use tools to measure. You can use a balance to weigh things. So here, the girl is using a hand lens to view the flower. And here, they're using a scale, a balance, to weigh things. You can use tools for safety. So here the girl is using safety goggles to stay safe. Okay, we're going to move on to social studies. We've been talking about maps and globes and reviewing some of the old previous lessons. So today we have large bodies of water are called oceans. Label the United States and the two oceans. Use the word bank. So here we have Atlantic, United States, Pacific. So looking here, can you tell me where the Atlantic Ocean is? Yes, it's over here. So we're going to go ahead and let's type it out. Atlantic. The Atlantic Ocean is over here on this side. And over here we have the Pacific. Oh, we don't need to put ocean because it already says ocean. And right here we have the United States. And here's the compass. It tells us the directions: north, east, south, west. Okay. Families celebrate special days in different ways. What special food do you eat during winter holidays? Talk with your friend. What special food does your friend eat? Draw a picture of both foods. So down here it says your special holiday food and your friend's special holiday food. So you can think of any holiday that you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and do Thanksgiving. So for Thanksgiving, one of the special holiday foods that we eat is turkey. So I'm going to go ahead and draw turkey here. And my friend, she eats, I'm going to try my best to draw turkey. I think it's like this. We'll just pretend that's a turkey. And it's like the body and the two legs, maybe the wings. Let me just draw a big, oops. I'll just draw that and we'll say that's a turkey. And I'll draw a little plate, a red plate. So that'll be our turkey. So we eat turkey. Well, I eat turkey for Thanksgiving. Some of my friends, what they do is they eat tamales for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to draw some tamales here. And there's different types of tamales. They have bean tamales, they have pork tamales, they have cheese tamales, chicken, And so there's some tamales. I also asked another friend of mine what they eat on Thanksgiving, and they actually eat ham. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw another picture. You don't have to, but I wanted to. So I'm going to draw another box here because my other friend, she eats ham. So let me see if I can draw ham. I'm going to use pink. So they eat ham on Thanksgiving. So different people eat different things on Thanksgiving. Let me write it down so you know what it is. So turkey. That's how I celebrate Thanksgiving. We eat turkey. My other friend eats tamales. And then my other friend eats ham. So remember, you can pick your own holiday and you can pick your own food as well. Okay, today during the phonological awareness, when I was talking about rhyming and all those other things, for the morning message, I was talking about archaeologists. And so every day what we're going to do is we're going to learn one new career or different job. So today we're going to be talking about archaeologists. And so we're going to watch a really quick video so you can kind of get a better idea of what an archaeologist is and what they do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push play.
We talk a lot around here about different kinds of living things, ones that are alive today and ones that lived in the past. But do you know one living thing that scientists are always interested in learning more about? People. People have been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and human life has changed a lot in that time. How do we know? Well, a lot of what we know about how people lived in the past comes from what they've left behind. These things that were made or used by people in the past are called artifacts. Artifacts can be really old, like the stone tools that early humans used. Or they can be not very old at all, like some cans that people tossed away just 50 years ago. No matter how old they are, there are scientists whose job it is to find and study these artifacts. They're called archaeologists, and they help us learn more about human history. So how do they do what they do? Well, mostly they dig. Archaeologists are different from paleontologists who also do a lot of digging. Paleontologists study natural history and dig up fossils, but archaeologists study human history and dig up artifacts. Archaeologists spend a lot of time digging where they think they might find important historical objects or artifacts. But how do they know where to dig? If they have an idea of where they might find artifacts, they'll visit the spot and perform something called a survey. A survey is when archaeologists look for clues on the ground, like old or broken pieces of artifacts that suggest more cool artifacts might be underground waiting to be discovered. The archaeologists mark these spots with little flags. These are spots where they'll excavate or dig looking for clues. But sometimes archaeologists need to see the bigger picture when they're learning about a place. So they also survey places by looking at them from the sky. Hundreds of miles up in space, satellites are used by archaeologists to take pictures of places that might have buried buildings or the ruins of other structures that you can't see from the ground. Closer to Earth, some archaeologists use remote-controlled flying machines with cameras on them. By flying up just a few meters or so, these machines can give scientists a bird's-eye view of where there used to be something like a house or maybe a whole village. Once archaeologists have found the place they'd like to explore, it's time to get digging. But archaeologists don't just dig in these spots however they want. They carefully map out the whole area they want to explore, so they don't damage artifacts in the ground, and so they know exactly where they found them. And they do that by using grids. A grid is a design that breaks a section of the ground into small squares. These squares are usually marked with rope and string. Grids help archaeologists keep track of the different artifacts that they uncover. Each object they find is labeled with a grid number, and then its location is mapped, so archaeologists can remember exactly where each artifact came from. And when they're digging, archaeologists use all sorts of different tools, from spoons and brushes to shovels and even digging machines like bulldozers. So once an archaeologist is done surveying and digging for the day, what's next? It's time to go to the lab. The lab is where archaeologists get a close-up look at the things they've uncovered. There, they start to make guesses about who might have made the artifacts, what they were used for, and when in history they might be from. These are the steps that archaeologists use to study how people lived all over the world. Some archaeologists, for example, study ancient Egypt, discovering tombs where people were buried and learning about how the pyramids and other buildings were built thousands of years ago. Other archaeologists want to learn more about the people who built amazing old structures in places from England to the American Southwest. But lots of archaeologists study ordinary, everyday people in the past to see what their lives were like, whether it was a family of farmers in Europe 1,000 years ago, or workers who built railroads in the United States just 150 years ago. In a way, archaeologists are sort of like detectives, digging into the earth to see what questions they can answer about our history, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Thanks for learning about archaeologists with us, and remember, if you have a question about anything you'd like to learn more about, just let us know by getting help from a parent and leaving a comment below, or emailing us at kids@thescishow.com. And we'll see you next time.
Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.